Guys, welcome back to another Oktoberfest beer review. I've lost track of what number this is, but today we're doing Warsteiner Oktoberfest. It's got their usual light blue and white checkered label. It's pretty much run-of-the-mill for how they normally do it. It's always that nice thin bottle. You can really hold on to it. But anyways, let's crack this open. And let's see if there's any information on the bottle after I pour it. Okay, this is a lighter, much lighter Oktoberfest from other ones I've had so far. I mean, it's very clear. And let's see, it says special edition, aka seasonal. It is a 5.9% ABV. And that is about all the information they say. They do tell you that the ingredients are brewing water, barley, malt, hops, hop extract. So, there you go. Anyways, let's get into the review, get into the smell. This one has a very much of a fruity aroma to it. Almost like a frozen peach. You know, if you've ever gotten like one of those bags of frozen fruit from the grocery store, and it always has like the frozen peaches in it. It has a bit of that kind of frozen peach aroma aspect. Maybe a bit of that kind of sparkling white grape juice. But it's very light on the nose. It's not very malty. It doesn't have any of that, a lot of that toasted, burnt aspects that a lot of the other Oktoberfests have. Yeah, this is... I mean, there's a very light, grainy kind of aroma to it, but it's very light. There is not a lot of aroma going on with this. This is going to be another one of those Oktoberfest beers that's very light on the aroma. But the little bit that I am picking up, I like it. It smells like it's going to be a much lighter tasting Oktoberfest beer versus most of the other ones, which I could go for. But anyways, I'm going to recommend it on aroma. Let's get into taste. This is a nice, crisp Oktoberfest beer. It is lighter in taste, but it still has some of the more robust maltiness to it. As for the lighter notes, it is almost a bit peachy. Not like the juicy outer part of the peach, but kind of that inner. It's got a bit of the pit taste on it, more kind of along the lines of that. Maybe if you're sucking the pit, you get kind of that taste where there's some peach, but it's also almost like a little woody to it. That's kind of the light, fruity aspect of this one. As for the malt, you have almost like a toasted oat kind of thing to it. It doesn't really have that kind of heavier bread, biscuity kind of thing, but this is very much a lightly toasted oat aspect. There's almost a bit of a sourdough in there. Very light, but the toasted smoky charcoaly thing is very on the lighter end of the spectrum when we're talking about Oktoberfest beers. This might be one of the lighter versions that I've had. And yet, there's a lot of flavors going on in it. It is starting to open up a little more. I feel like the more sips I'm taking, the more of that kind of smoky aspect, the more of that kind of opens up. Like the first several sips, I was getting very little of it. I was getting more of that kind of lighter, almost fruitier aspect. But with each sip, I'm getting almost more of the toasted smoke, which is okay. I like that the beer kind of changes as you're drinking it. You're kind of picking up different things. It's almost like one of those Hot Wheel cars you had as a kid. You know, the ones that you put underwater and change colors. I don't know if they still make those, but it's almost like what this is. As you're getting used to it, it's kind of changing into something else, which I like. I like an Oktoberfest beer, or really a beer in general, that's just not like you taste it once and that's it, and that's how it is all the way through. I like one that has different notes that kind of evolves as you're drinking it. That's really what this has going for it. So yeah, I like this Oktoberfest. I'm going to give it a thumbs up, so yes on taste. Next category is value for price, and this was not expensive. It was either $1.99 or like $2.25, within that quarter range, but very fair. I mean, it's a German import, so the fact that you're able to get a German import for the same price as like a Sam Adams, in some cases less expensive than like other craft Oktoberfest beers. The fact that you're able to do that is impressive. Because you're paying import fees, and you got to transport it over from Germany, all that kind of stuff. So I think it's very fair for German import. Recommend on that. And there's just something about this bottle. I love this bottle. It's just the slight difference of it between other just kind of regular beer bottles. It's just like, I like that tweak, with like the kind of the hip aspect of the top. It's just, I don't know. And it's perfect for holding. Unless you have like ginormous hands, then maybe it's a little too small. But it feels like you can almost like crush it in your hand with the grip on it. But there's nothing to do with value for price, but I like the value for price. Next category is distinction. How distinct is it? And it is, so far. I think this might be about 10. The 10th Oktoberfest beer I've had so far. And it has more of a lighter, almost fruity aspect to it. And yet, the beer changes as you go along with it. And so, like, if you pulled 2 of these out of the refrigerator, cracked one open, drank it, and got to the second one, by the time you're, like, just starting the second one, that beer is going to taste fairly different from the beginning of the first beer. I like that. It's, the fact that it's going to change, that you're kind of having a different experience with every sip, makes it really worthwhile. And so, because of that, I'm going to recommend a distinction. Now, I'm assuming this beer isn't really changing seasonally. Again, you don't know. They have a whole year to kind of tweak, or maybe the water is a little different, or maybe one of the hop extracts is the brand goes out, so you have to do something else. A minimal tweak can change the entire taste of it. So I have no idea, especially since it's limited edition, and I don't think I've had this one in a couple years. So, but distinction, I am digging it. So I think it's different from other beers in that regard. Next category is drinkability, and yes, this is a very nice drinkable beer. It's a tick under 6%, so not super heavy. Even the color, it looks like almost like apple juice. It's a very drinkable beer. I'm starting to get kind of a bit of that a lagery taste to it as well now. And yeah, it's drinkable. It's very enjoyable. I think this is a nice segue summer into fall beer. I think it really hits the mark with that. So I'm going to recommend it on drinkability. And last category is would I buy it again? And yeah, I think this really jumps towards the top of my list. If it's not the top, I'm going to have to go back and look and consider things, but it is definitely towards the top of my Oktoberfest beer list. I think it's fantastic. I really enjoy it. And so I would have no problems buying this one again. And so because of that, it's got all thumbs up, which means it gets the official Two Dudes stamp of approval. I just really enjoyed it. Everything about it was solid. It's a nice kind of change of pace beer from the other Oktoberfest beers while still maintaining that Oktoberfest kind of vibe going on with it. And it's easy to find. And I don't know. There's just something about it that I really enjoy. And so, definitely. But that's it. That's the review. What do you think of Warsteiner's Oktoberfest? Have you had it this year? Have you noticed that it tastes different from previous years? I'm kind of oblivious to what it's tasted like of late. But let me know what you think. Let me know if you like it in the comments. Like, subscribe, do all the good stuff. And make sure to stay with it for more Oktoberfest reviews. And I'm just starting to get more of the brewery reviews that I've been doing that were kind of backlogged, so I'm starting to upload those again. Those are always kind of fun for, just kind of a lowdown of different breweries around the country. But anyways, that's it. And so for now, for myself and for Warsteiner's Oktoberfest, take it easy.